You are listening to 91.7 KPSU, Goodwill, Oklahoma, the Tie Fly and the Doug Bug Show.
Without our guest host, David.
Without Daddy Dave for, once again, a consecutive week. He said there was an emergency in the music department. So apparently, the tuba's not working. Apparently. Anywho, we're going to go ahead and continue the show without him. And obviously, the big deal is
Super Bowl Sunday.
Surprise, surprise. And no surprise, the two teams in the Super Bowl.
They both were undefeated for most of the season.
Exactly. I think the Colts will win.
I think the Colts will win too.
Obviously. And of course, we're going to throw a party. And so if you want to come, just go ahead and go to our Facebook page, which David created for us. And that's the Tie Fly, the Doug Bug, with Daddy Dave. And I'm not too sure how to work Facebook anyway. So if you could find us, all the information's there. Just RSVP with us. And no alcohol, though. Yeah, we are a good Christian home.
Very good.
No alcohol. So that might just eliminate most of our guests, but
I would be
the good ones come.
Yeah.
The good ones. Anywho, a lot about the talk about the football, the game itself, and the big thing is Dwight Freeney.
Yeah, both defensive fronts have a force like Dwight Freeney and what's that other end? I'm trying to think. Mathis. They're both going to get outside pressure. But so is Will Smith for the Saints.
But the question is, will Freeney play because of that high ankle sprain he received in the AFC Championship game?
He's probably through many injuries so far through the season.
He's always injured. That's kind of my deal, is you always hear about him being hurt.
But he always plays, it seems like. When isn't he on the field?
But will he be 100%? I don't think he will be 100%.
80% Dwight Freeney is a lot better than 100% most other people, though.
Still, it's going to be one of those deals. I think it's going to be bad enough that he don't play.
If he doesn't play, I see Drew Brees have a field day out there.
Well, Drew Brees is probably already going to have a field day, and so is
Peyton
Manning, which just makes an interesting football game.
Because New Orleans secondary is bend but don't break. But the Colts, they're inconsistent. They do have one good corner in Heidi or whatever it is. Hayden, yeah.
So, but Super Bowl Sunday, it's something to be excited to. There's a lot of hype. Everyone's heard the hype, especially on the commercials.
Yeah, best advertisement time is during the Super Bowl, during halftime.
Yep. Our next subject, we're going to stick with the NFL, and somewhat of a sad topic is the possibility of a lockout in 2011. What we mean by that is that the Players Commission and the NFL have not come to an agreement over some kind of salary caps and so what.
Yeah.
And they're saying, on a scale from 1 to 10, the possibility of a lockout in 2011 is at 14.
I know. What will America be without football?
And we look at the past where, we saw it happen in baseball, and baseball's never been the same since then. And we recently got to see that it happened to the NHL, and just now the NHL's now back onto that main stage, and it's really because of two players in Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby.
But other than that, it's going to be hard to get all that fan support back.
Especially in the NFL. And having a whole season off, there would be a year between Super Bowl 45 and Super Bowl 46.
This would be bad for college players because they get drafted. They can't play. They'd be sitting on the sideline. So you basically get 2 years worth of draft picks. But you can't play until 2012.
And we're hearing about it from a lot of the players. They're talking, after this season, whatever money you make this upcoming season, you better save it because you're not going to gain a penny in 2011. And one of the big players pushing that, playing on Saturday or on Sunday, is Jeff Saturday.
Yeah.
Of course, Peyton Manning's best friend because...
Probably one of the best centers.
Yeah, he saves Peyton Manning's tail a lot.
Yeah, so...
That's one of the people pushing for, make sure, that he doesn't want to see NFL players who get hurt by this. This is supposed to, that the Players Association is doing this to help the players, not hurt the players.
But it might hurt most players because they like to spend money.
Well, and Roger Goodell is not going to, be dumb about this and have a lockout in 2011. I bet he fixes it.
He's got, basically, a little over a year to fix it.
Yeah, but it's still a scary situation. And now going to a new topic for up here is the Capitals streak is now at 12 games. They got Atlanta tonight. One of the longest winning streaks for the NHL. And, you're kind of surprised when you hear about basketball. It's, 15 games or 20 game streaks.
But teams get hot. And Capitals are doing so well. It starts with the play of Ovechkin. He's been playing good and has been carrying over to all the other players, and they're playing at a high level.
Here's the deal with Ovechkin. Sometimes they can go off, and Ovechkin can have 4 goals in a game. And then he can have 0, and yet they still win because other players step up. That's pretty important. And I really think the Capitals will get 13 tonight because Atlanta just traded their captain today to the New Jersey Devils. So now you don't have that leadership position, and you're having to play your first game with this new team against the Capitals.
I don't think the Thrashers have anything in store to stop the Capitals from winning this game.
And there's still, with hockey, there's still a lot of talk and a lot of hype about next Friday with the Olympics. And I was going to write an article on our Facebook page about it. You look at the Russian team, they have Ovechkin, and then the other Penguin center in Macklin, also on that team. That's a scary team, even in the NHL.
Yeah, it'd be like Sidney Crosby. Almost as good as Sidney Crosby and Ovechkin.
But they don't get along together.
Yeah.
And Sidney Crosby, on the Canadian team, and there's a lot of big names on the Canadian team
but you don't really see many big names from the United States.
There isn't really. And that was the thing. I kind of was like, okay, I guess I won't write an article about this because there really isn't nobody on Team USA. They have a
lot of solid players, but no superstars.
The biggest name I saw was of course a Lightning player, and now I'm just drawing a blank, and of course our internet's gone down, so I'm trying to bring that back up real quick to get his name. But other than that, Team USA is kind of back in that role where they were in the 1970s, 1980s when, the Miracle teams they don't really have anybody. Yeah, it's not a bunch of college guys against, over professionals like it was back in 1980, but it is, NHL superstars versus middle of the road and NHL players.
Yeah, there's no really weak point meaning everyone's solid, but no one's has players like Ovechkin and Crosby for other teams. We have no true leadership.
Well, and have you seen the goalie mask yet for Team USA?
Not yet.
You got to look it up, and I suggest everyone listening and watching to go ahead and look it up because it's all over the web, especially in Yahoo's blog. Fourth Place Medal, I think is the log's name, where they show a picture of it. It's a pretty cool looking mask. It's got Uncle Sam on the side, making a mean face and whatnot. So it's pretty exciting. So we had some problems with YouTube last week.
We can't put videos over 10 minutes.
Exactly. So Doug's video kind of got rejected a little bit. At least you came in clothed today, long sleeved. But anyway, so we're gonna have to go to a break, and we'll come back with actually OPSU basketball. So we'll see you in a bit.